I'm completely touched and honored by all of you coming tonight, and for the kind words, Your Excellency, for the kind words, my friend Walid, for the wonderful tour. That was a real treat. So thank you very much for that. And thank you for the Canadian Arab Institute for showing the leadership you are on this issue. And to my dear friend Mohammed, I will always remember it was a long journey from starting with a big dream and sort of not too much to now. Now we have a very strong and well-endowed, terrific Rotman School, but I always remember the people who were there when we weren't. and you were Mohammed was one of the very first people who greeted me, had lunch with me because we knew each other from previous life, and said he'd help out in it, and always has. So, my friend, thank you for that. I thought I would just spend just a couple minutes saying why. Why am I so interested in this initiative, which I take very seriously, and is a big and important initiative for the Rotman School to have a bigger, more and very positive presence in the Middle East. Part of the answer is I'm a pragmatist, and there are lots of things I would like to do where I don't have anybody great who can do them. So one piece of the puzzle is I had somebody great in Walid, somebody awesome in Walid to do it. So I have huge appreciation for all the work you've done on it, and if I didn't have somebody who could do such a good job, it would be tough. But the real reason why I think it's so important, and I'm glad it's so well ensconced that I think it's going to continue strongly, is I think it's representative of how things work well in the world as opposed to how things work terribly in the world. And things I think work terribly in the world when we spend our time accentuating the differences. Now, as civilizations and societies advance, one of the things they are able to do is understand differences. Find nuances, and your tour tonight was an example of that. Understanding the fine differences between eras in a historical picture. So I'm not against understanding differences and understanding fine distinctions, but when the world pays all its attention to differences and ignores similarities, bad things happen. All right. I mean, when I think of slavery, how do you get slavery? Right? I think it's a really simple way. It's by accentuating the differences and ignoring the similarities. So you say, European and North American whites say those people are black and they're more primitive than we are, and because of those differences, we can enslave them. Right? Now, if they said, now let's count up all the similarities. They have languages. They have sophisticated cultures. They have families. They have feelings. They have culture. They have history. I think if you made that list of similarities along with the list of differences, you wouldn't have done, terrible, stupid things that are a blight on the history of the world. And I mean, you could argue the same for the Holocaust. If you accentuate the differences, you say, oh, that makes sense. If you say there are differences and similarities, you say that's insanity at its worst. And I think all of you who are so involved in the Middle East would agree with me whenever the world says, wow, they're so different, right? They're completely different. Sharia compliant finance, well, it's just totally different. No, it's not. it is different, but there's all sorts of similarities. When you have that secondary attitude, there are differences, but there are similarities, then good things happen. You understand it, you figure out how two systems can work together and be better than one system. If you're Samuel Huntington, who is a fine scholar and everything, and you say, it's so different, it's a clash of civilizations. Right? Bad things happen, I think. And so, in a very real way, my motivation, at least, for wanting to do this work when Waleed came and talked to me about it is to make sure that the Rotman School is contributing to a notion of balance, that we understand really important differences, because understanding differences is important, but at the same time understanding the similarities, of which, as everybody in this room knows, there are legend of an infinitely long list of similarities as well. And if we do that in our world, which is sort of the world of business, we'll contribute to a better outcome, a meaningfully better outcome than if we sit on the sidelines while other people accentuate the differences and ignore all the similarities. And so that's why, from the heart, I care so much about this initiative. I think what you're doing, Waleed, with the help of all the people here who I know you work with, is not just another thing we do, but it's something that's really, really important, and that's why I care about it. And that's why it makes me feel very wonderful tonight. I feel wonderful tonight that a group that I think everybody in this room cares about the same thing, feels it's important. That makes me very happy. So I would just say thank you to everybody here tonight, and Waleed, you got a big job to do. Keep doing it. Doing a great job, my friend. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.